Are you wondering how much you can make from the Amazon influencer program, even if you don't have a huge following, and specifically through the on-site commissions enabled by shoppable videos? If so, this video is for you. My name is Casey, and I'm the founder of bloggingguide.com. In this series, I'm going to document one of my newer income streams, and that's money derived from the Amazon influencer program. As many of you probably know, you don't actually need to be a major influencer to make money with this program. So I decided this past month to dive in, and I'll walk you through the process and show you my earnings for my first full month. So first, what is the Amazon Influencer Program? Simply put, the Amazon Influencer Program is just an extension of the Amazon Associates Program. It's basically Amazon's affiliate program where anyone with a qualifying social media following can earn commissions on any sales that they bring to Amazon. The typical way that Amazon influencers earn money is by basically having a huge social media following. So maybe you're like a kind of D-list reality star and you promote your what you're wearing that fall on Amazon in these Amazon lives and stuff like that. That's usually what people think of with the influencer program and why most people probably don't pursue it. But there's actually another way you can earn money with the program, which is what I wanted to try. And that basically involves creating videos that will be featured in the product descriptions. And if someone watches your video and makes a purchase, you can earn a commission in a very similar way, but without having to bring your own traffic. So, how did I generate my earnings specifically? Basically, all my earnings this month and everything I'll cover in this video were generated through on site commissions. So, these are, again, different than sales that I would drive through, say, social media or like my large following where I can funnel a large amount of traffic. These are actually basically shoppable videos that when someone makes a qualifying purchase, you get paid for. So the typical strategy is to, once you get approved, is to basically go around your house. And if you're like me, you probably already own a lot of things that you purchase from Amazon. The neat thing about the program is you don't actually have to have purchased them from Amazon in order to be able to review them. You just have to have a product that is listed on Amazon. So even if you bought, a webcam 2 years ago from Best Buy or something, if it's a product listed on Amazon, you can do a couple minute review on it, post that, and once it gets approved, you'll be eligible for on-site commissions. Where does that video actually show up? Uh, it can show up in a couple places, but the two main places are uh, in the upper carousel. So some listings, you'll notice when you are looking at the featured images, basically at the top, they have after the first 4 or 5 images, they'll have a video thumbnail. And if you click on that, you'll see a mixture of uh, other Amazon influencers who've done reviews, if applicable, or just videos from regular reviewers. Note, the regular reviewers are not eligible for this commission. So if you're already somebody doing a lot of reviews, this really is a program that it would be worth jumping through a few hoops to start monetizing your content because, this is it's a fantastic program, honestly. The real hurdle is you just have to claim some level of social media following. But as I'll explain, that's not actually that hard to do. So many of you probably know me from my videos in which I talk about and document the whole process of making money blogging. And that's definitely still my primary source of income. I still have 45 sites. I'm not slowing down on that front, but I do have a lot of other streams of semi passive income. And yeah, so I wanted to kind of do a quick comparison because to how the Amazon influencer program through on-site commissions compares to blogging. Why this matters is because a lot of bloggers have been decimated, or their traffic has been decimated by Google in some recent algorithm updates. So basically, people that are adept at making money online one way are looking for a new way. And I've seen people talking about the program over the past year or so. I'm definitely not that an early adopter of this program. Obviously, I'm just getting started now. But I think that actually should provide you with a little more comfort because you don't have to have been doing this for 2 years to start making money. Anyway, so I'll just do a quick comparison between the two. So I would say they generally, or the Amazon influencer program generally feels similar to the old school sort of method of blogging. And that's where you're making posts based on long tail keywords. These are just hyper specific, usually question and answer, and sometimes products even. So this is very similar in that you're not making typically broad videos. You're really niching down and you're focusing on one product at a time and going into much detail as possible. The another big comparison is it does feel a little odd being on camera at first. If you're a blogger, you may have had your image on your blog, but you probably didn't have videos. Maybe you did, but if you weren't comfortable having videos, obviously this is going to be a bit of a change with the Amazon influencer program, just because the entire way you're making money is by creating videos. But before you say, okay, that's not for me, I would note that while the first few videos that you submit for qualification should probably include your face and feature you prominently and clearly in the video, after those first few videos, it really doesn't matter too much. If you're reviewing maybe like clothes or something, yeah, it's a little, or uh, skin cream. There's certain cases obviously where your face would naturally be in the video. But if I'm reviewing, I don't know, like a pair of scissors, do I really need a shot of me grinning, holding the scissors? Probably not. I can film a video using my phone. I don't even need a high end camera for this. Uh, Cutting pieces of paper of varying thicknesses. So while the program as a whole is not faceless, it can be sort of faceless once you get approved for those first few videos. Again, it does need to be you talking on camera. You can't use like AI generated voice or anything like that. So if you're comfortable talking, but you're just like, that's a lot of effort to be on camera, that was kind of what deterred me, because I was just sort of getting into video and I was like, I don't know, this sounds like a lot of effort. But once you get used to it, really it's just either getting a good microphone or having a decent enough phone that can capture your voice. And yeah, it's not that hard. The big difference between the two is that the earnings on Amazon Influencer, in my limited experience, start much faster than blogging. Um, and just having dived in and been immersing myself in the community these past few months, I think I can say this is pretty much a, a true statement. Most people can start earning money, maybe not a lot, but earning their first dollar within, let's say, the first 30 to 60 days. As many of you know, with blogging, yes, even with affiliates, so like Amazon affiliates, you could theoretically earn money in the first, I guess, couple months. That's highly unlikely, and it's almost impossible with display ads if we're actually talking about starting at zero. Generally, especially with display ads, I tell people to expect about 18 months plus before they can get onto a top tier ad network. And that's like the entire length that I go without making any money, just an upfront effort. So it was kind of refreshing to try something different where I made a bunch of videos and got approved. And about, I don't know, it was less than a week later when I had my first sale. So whether it'll go high enough to justify it, that remains to be seen. But it is fast. And so, given that many bloggers are looking for something new or trying to create new streams of income, I think this is a good fit. Similar, another similarity, they both have low barriers to entry. Blogging, I mean, you don't need credentials, like you don't need a certain social following, but you do need to know how to build a website, how to, handle everything on the technical end, or you need to have some experience writing. Really making quick, like minute, 2 minute videos is probably easier than writing well published content for most people. Um, so yeah, but both are actually pretty low barrier to entry, which is why I like them. And last but not least, I think that the Amazon Influencer Program is good for bloggers looking for an online money making opportunity that is not correlated with organic search traffic. So, on obviously, if you're a blogger, you probably have Amazon associate links in your articles. So you might say, well, I already have this base covered, Casey. But you really don't, because that is still, whether it's display ads or affiliates, all of that is contingent upon some form of search traffic or social media traffic. But either way, you need to be driving 100% of that. Uh, Amazon is very different because you're creating the video in a vacuum, basically, and then uploading it to Amazon's platform. And it's not even people having to find it like through Amazon search, like a different form of SEO. It's literally, they navigate to the product. And if you have a video there and they happen to watch that, you receive a commission. So it's really, of course, everything can be throttled by major platforms, but I mean, it's very decoupled from, let's say, organic search engine traffic. And that's one of the things I think many bloggers would find refreshing. So, how do you actually get into the program? Honestly, it's really simple. There's two main steps. First, you get approved as an Amazon influencer. And this basically just means you need some level of social media following, and you apply, and it's pretty much instantaneous. They have some algorithm, and there's not clear thresholds, but depending on the platform you submit, if you have X followers with X amount of engagement, you'll get accepted. I had a couple different platforms, and obviously I've also built up so many online personas. It'd be very easy probably to get any of them approved. But even if you were brand new at this, I've seen people, although I don't use TikTok personally, just from having read a bit about the program, that does seem like one of the quickest ways that people can get approved if you have no social media following. But most people probably have like basically an Instagram is a good example, maybe even a Twitter or X. Uh, all these can be either submitted, or you can basically funnel traffic to a new eligible platform from them. So basically, first you get approved just as a general Amazon influencer. At this point, you can now earn money through your storefront, which is where you can add videos. But you're not approved for on-site commission yet. This is a common point of confusion. So in order to get approved for on-site commissions, which is what we're after in this strategy, you need to do at least, but really only 3 videos. And those videos will be manually reviewed and need to be approved by Amazon. The reason I say only 3 is you can submit as many videos as you want right out of the gate. Now, Amazon, for just purposes of approving you for this second tier, will look at, they need to see at least 3 videos. If you submit more than that and any of those, videos are getting dinged, that can basically knock you back into rejected status or non approved status. So just at first, read the rules a little bit, familiarize yourself. There is a limit to the number of times you can apply to the Amazon influencer on-site commission portion. So don't just blindly keep submitting videos. If you're getting rejected, I would, watch a few videos about the requirements. But just as a couple high level guidelines, I would say to keep it really simple, videos should probably be 1 to 2 minutes long. The reason I wouldn't go longer is mainly because you might accidentally say something that disqualifies you. There are lots of nuances. Don't give any personally identifiable information at all. Stick to talking purely about the product. Don't reference price. That's a common error. For the first 3 videos, I would make sure you're actually in the video with the product, like your face. Make sure, that you don't have any barcodes or anything identifiable. Don't have any logos from like Amazon. Like if you're doing the recording on your desktop, don't have Amazon up in the background. Just lots of little things you need to think about. But yeah, if you follow all the basic rules and, you produce reasonably high quality videos, and these can be one take, you're talking while recording on your phone, or they can be you film something and then you edit it together and then do a voiceover. I did a mixture of both for my first 3 videos. But once you get those 3 videos approved, you'll see in your account that you're now eligible for on-site commissions. So that's really the key to this. So on to the actual influencer earnings, the part you guys probably care about. So I started, I think my first video, I was approved for on-site commissions, I think like end of April. So I let that sit and I was lucky I got on the first try. But again, just follow all the rules very carefully and, keep the videos simple, make sure they're nice and steady, and you'll get approved. So once I was approved, I waited, I think, a few days while I was figuring out my strategy. And then I think around the second or third is when I started actually uploading additional videos. My first 3 were meant to just be really simple. I didn't necessarily think they'd be like high demand products where I'd be seeing quick sales on them. So that may have helped, but it wasn't going to show me earnings right away. So, and by the way, you can't show your Amazon influencer earnings or anything behind your login dashboard. So that's why I had to recreate this graph. Normally you'd see the standard like clicks and then earnings that you're familiar with from Amazon Associates. So I had to recreate this so I'm not breaking any rules. But as you can see, yeah, I started, I think it was the second through the fourth when I got the first like 10 to 15 up. And then I basically kind of kept going from there. And you can see I was actually really surprised. I was assuming maybe it might take upwards of a month to see some earnings. Uh, but I kept uploading about, 5 to 10 per day. And as you can see, I saw earnings about a week in, and it wasn't much, under $2. But hey, it's your first dollar. Like I said, that takes a lot longer when you're, pursuing other forms of online income. And then there's a couple day gap. Same thing happens again. But then, basically at the halfway point of the month, I started seeing consistent days of earnings. Lots of variation in there, but definitely consistent. No 0 days, which I was really surprised with, as someone who's just made money online as using every program possible, including Amazon Associates. Yeah, like it tends to be for me much more hit or miss. This was surprisingly stable. Now, this may have been because I was also uploading a fair amount of videos, and the sales did seem to be fairly evenly distributed. I'll have to check back with you on that in future videos because I only have this 1 month of data so far. But yeah, so you can see the earnings per day. The highest day was like 29 something, so just under $30. So I've been adding videos heavily the last few days, more videos. So I'm hoping that June will be a big month. Uh, we'll see how that goes. But so far, I think it's pretty easy. It looks like to kind of average closer to like the $10 a day mark. Um, so that's 300 a month. That's not bad at all for like a really simple stream of income. From what I've read, it's largely passive, and that once you upload it, you could, people sometimes upload everything they have around their house that's eligible, and then they stop, and they might keep earning at a fairly steady pace for the next, let's say, 8 to 12 months, with some decline, but it's not like it drops off. So given that, I would say that's really great. Given though that I'm adding a lot of videos and this happened so early, I'm excited, and I would probably measure from that higher day, the 29, almost $30 day, which if you extrapolated that over 30 days, I could see you getting to, or me getting to a $1,000 month. And that's kind of my minimum threshold for something that I'm going to really spend some time on. It doesn't have to be that in the first month or even first few months, but anything that's definitely less than 500, but certainly, it needs to be closer to 1,000 for me to really show it some interest. I have like 7 to 10 of those at any given time that are over 1,000 per month, different income streams. And yeah, so this is exciting. Potentially in months, let's say 3, 4, I could maybe even add another one. So this was very exciting, and I think pretty good results for the first month. The total earnings for May were $219 and some change. So that's pretty good. I literally was not like fully approved until sometime at the beginning of May. So this technically wasn't even a full month. Um, and it does take a few days for the videos to get indexed. And obviously, the content wasn't front loaded. I've been adding a lot of content on the more recent days once I saw the earnings start. So basically, a lot of the videos I have are probably not even fully indexed or ranking, I would say. But still, that's great for the first month. Like, yeah, I'll take that. Uh, so this month I did a total of 238 videos. That's a lot. It it's easy to do them, but it definitely reminds me of blogging. Like you got to put in the time, the effort, and just that's obviously, my question with all these making money online ideas is what's the catch? And with this, luckily, the catch was just it's slow, boring. You might need to get creative if you run out of stuff, but for the first few hundred videos, you can find things around your house that you already have. And I mean, because Amazon's so big of a, it has just about everything. We're talking about light bulbs, light switches, door handles, your rugs, artwork. I mean, your window. There's all sorts of like little things you wouldn't even think of, and yeah, once you get into it, you'll be like, oh wow, actually. Because at first I was thinking it'd be hard. I might run out after like 100 things, and I blew past that. Um, Once you really start looking in every drawer, even the drawers themselves, the handles, uh, it was interesting process. So I did 238 videos, and that's also the total because it's my first month. I would say, yeah, most of this earnings was probably I've been accelerating the video edition, so it was most of that 219 was probably based on less than 200 videos. Just to give you a frame of reference, I think probably like 150 to 170 up in, because I've kind of now gone on aggressively adding them. So in the last few days, basically, I've added dozens of videos. So that's probably not factored in, but hopefully I'll see that next month. So just give you a couple of key statistics, and these are found in your Amazon influencer account. But again, I'm not allowed to show that, so I just pulled them and put them in here. So in total, I my videos were attributed to the sale of 174 shipped items. I think that was net because I think there were like 4 returns in total. Uh, so if you do get a return, the commission does get, deducted, just like with any affiliate program, pretty much. But that's why they pay on a, net 60 basis. So you're not getting the money right away. Um, and it makes sense in Amazon's case because they do have pretty good return policies. So you can usually return something after at least a month and sometimes even longer. So it makes sense that they have that staggered payment policy. But I thought that was pretty good. 174. I would have not guessed that many, um, especially because there were some in there that were actually higher dollar items. So far, I probably just don't have enough data, and I think I'll probably need closer to like 1,000 videos to really even get there. But the patterns aren't obviously emerging. I'm seeing sales of items of all prices, of all popularities. So yeah, patterns I'm still trying to figure out, but the conversion rate overall was 12%, which if you're familiar with like affiliate marketing or email marketing, that's going to sound high. Just from having been on like different forums and talking to different people in the space, the kind of quoted number I see is like 10 to 20% is like kind of the conversion rate you can expect to see, which to me sounded really high. Again, that's really good on a blog. If you had a conversion or like click through rate anywhere near that, you'd be making a lot of money. So it really goes to show, I think, just Amazon's power of persuasion because it's so trusted. People watch your video, and the fact that like 1 in 6 or 7 of them actually then goes on to buy that product or one link to it says a lot. And so I had about 1,500 clicks. So these are people actually watching or engaging with the video. So these are kind of the main metrics. And again, I'll hopefully over time be able to do some more data analysis and tease these out a little bit more in detail. If you found this video useful, be sure to give it a like and please consider subscribing to my channel. I cover lots of topics related to creating online passive income, everything from display ad revenue to affiliate income to now the Amazon influencer program, some e-commerce programs. So really there's a lot for anyone who's interested in making money online. If you want to learn more, you can just check out my main website, bloggingguide.com. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment on the video and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day.